Oh, I'm just trying to take a photograph of the night sky. Here I have my camera pointing up. I put the settings. It's a 15-second exposure at f1.4, focusing on infinity. Let's see what I can do. Well, that was a complete disaster actually, but here's a picture I took a couple of years ago, which came out quite nice, but absolutely nothing in comparison to what my friend takes from his back garden. Oh my God, look at that. And he took that picture in his back garden. Wow.
These are mind-blowing, almost meaningless numbers. Luckily, and you can hear the church bells of Vitoria-Gasteiz ringing out to the heavens. And here is this week's question. What on earth is a googol? Warning, this article uses short-scale numbers. Each new word is 1,000 times greater than the previous one. A billion is 1,000 million, and a trillion is 1,000 billion. Okay? I have a friend back in England who takes extraordinary images of the night sky from his back garden. I'm talking about pictures of galaxies and nebulas that are thousands of light years away that he captures, edits, and then sells as posters and calendars on his website. Click here. He uses some very nice telescopes, cameras, and photo editing software, and has painstakingly learned the techniques required to capture and process the images. My own very simple attempt at being an astrophotographer, I googled how to do it, can be seen in this week's picture, which I took with the same camera and lens that I used to record my videos. I managed to snap the planets of Saturn and Jupiter, a meteoroid, and a seemingly endless number of stars in the night sky above Taramundi in Asturias. Nothing in comparison with my friend's images, and I didn't get the arch of the Milky Way, but I love the way it came out. Our human eyes are capable of seeing around 4,500 stars in each hemisphere. Wow! But this is out of an estimated total of between 100 and 200 billion stars in our galaxy alone. And if there are an estimated 10 to the power of 12 galaxies in the observable universe, then it is possible that there are up to 10 to the power of 24 stars out there. That's 10 septillion stars. 10 followed by 24 zeros. These are mind-blowing, almost meaningless numbers. Luckily, the BBC published an article recently that tried to explain numbers that go way beyond billions or trillions or even septillions. Here are some of the concepts that came up in the article. Number one, there's a hierarchy of ultra big numbers that come after a trillion. That's 12 zeros. A quadrillion has 15 zeros, a quintillion has 18, and a sextillion has 21. The human body has around 30 trillion cells, but to get a quadrillion, you need 34 people. There are about 10 quintillion insects on Earth. If you created a tower of a sextillion people, it would be 180,000 light years tall, bigger than the diameter of the Milky Way. Then there's septillion, octillion, nonillion, decillion, undecillion, and so on. Number two, When you get to 10 to the power of 100, it is called a googol. Confusingly, a centillion is 10 to the power of 303. This numerical concept is even larger than the number of grains of sand that would be required to completely fill the observable universe. That's 10 to the power of 95. The term was invented in 1920 by 9-year-old Milton Sirota, the nephew of US mathematician Edward Kasner, who popularized the concept in his 1940 book Mathematics and the Imagination. Young Milton may have been inspired by the contemporary comic strip character Barney Google. The name of the company Google was an accidental misspelling of Google by the company's founders. They chose the word to imply that their new search engine was intended to provide large quantities of information. Number 3. What about infinity? For the average person, infinity is not a number, but something that goes on forever. But apparently there can be different infinities and some are bigger than others. To understand why, consider numbers as sets. Imagine you have one set or list of natural numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, and another set of real numbers, the continuum of numbers with decimal places between 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1.123, 1.1234, 1.12345, and so on. Two infinite sets of natural numbers can be paired, 1 to 1, 2 to 2, etc., as can two infinite sets of real numbers. But you can't pair a list of natural numbers with one of real numbers, even if both are infinite. This means that there are multiple types of infinity. Seriously, Google it. Right now, my brain is hurting a lot. I think I'm going to get myself a nice herbal tea and think of nothing for a while. Hang on a minute. Is nothing a number? Ah! Let's chat about the picture and those ideas. Number 1, describe the picture in as much detail as possible. How many stars are there? Number 2, do you believe all those estimations of astronomers about the universe? How do they do it? Number 3, did you enjoy studying maths at school? Are you good with numbers? Number 4, do you have any numbers that you have memorized? Or is that a thing of the past? Number 5, what's the population of your town, and your country, and the world? Google it. And here's an activity for you. Look at this list of numbers and record yourself saying them. Stop the video if you need to. You'll need to. Thank you for spending a moment with me today. Have a great day, a great week, and a wonderful weekend. Bye.